Hello everyone, in this video we will be replacing a Royal Enfield Classic accelerator cable. So come on, let's start the video. First you will have to take a screwdriver and you will have to come down under the handlebar here, and under this switch box you will find a screw. This screw you will have to take out completely. Then you will have to come on the other side of the box and you will notice one more screw here. This screw you will have to take out now. So here comes out my screw. So once you are done taking out both the screws, your switch box will open completely like this. The next thing that you will have to do is separate the accelerator cable from the accelerator grip. You will have to slide it out like this. Then again you will have to come underneath the switch box and you will notice that there is a screw here with a clamp which holds the accelerator cable. Now this screw is slipped. It is very difficult to take this out now. Now I did not find any replacement for this part. Now while putting the new accelerator cable, see that you find a spare for this part. Now because this screw is slipped, I will have to break it open without damaging the box. So watch how I do it. So I pried it with the screwdriver and I pulled it up so that I can separate the accelerator cable from the box. Now when I pull the cable like this, my accelerator cable is now totally separated from the switch box. Now I will try to take this part out completely with the help of a vice plier, which is a very good tool to take out slip nuts and screws. So as you have noticed, with the help of the vice plier, the screw has already become loose. So like this you will have to loosen it properly first, then you will have to take it out completely. So here comes out this extension. I did not find a replacement for this. While connecting your cable back, remember to buy a replacement of this part. But I will be replacing the cable without this part. But you don't have to do that. You try to look for the spare. So the next thing that you will have to do is open the headlight rim assembly. So loosen this screw only half the way. Don't take it out completely. Otherwise the clamp which is there on the inside will fall down. I am taking this out because I will be replacing this headlight dome assembly. Now I have already made a video on that. I will put a link of that video in the end screens. You can later go and watch that video as well. So let's move on, and the next thing that you will have to do is you will have to pull the accelerator cable from inside the casing and totally separate it from the casing. So once you separate it from the casing, here comes my new accelerator cable. This has cost me around 255 rupees. This is the original cable. So now let's go on the other side of the cable first and we'll start the replacement process from the other side. So first you will have to come under the seat. Here I have taken out my seat so that I can show it to you in a much better way. So once you come under the seat, the first thing that you will have to do is take out these two bolts. So take a 8mm socket and take both these bolts out completely. Once you take those out, this assembly will be separated from the chassis. Then you will have to take a screwdriver and you will notice that there are two screws on this assembly. These two screws you will have to take out now completely. So here comes out both the screws. Once you take those out, you will have to now separate the cable from this assembly. So bend this cable at around 90 degrees and then pull it out. So here my old cable is now separated from this assembly. So I will not waste time and I will directly put the new cable in. So like how you had taken out the old cable, the same way you will have to put in the new cable. So put the cable inside and make it parallel to the assembly. Once you do that, you will have to take out this part which is there on the old cable. So take a 10mm spanner and loosen this nut. Now there will be two nuts on this part. The second nut you will have to loosen completely and take out and slide on the cable, and then when you slide this part out like this, it will come out completely. Now this part you will have to put on the new cable. To do that, you will have to take out the front nut completely and slide it on the cable. Then you will have to slide in this part and put back the nut. Once you put back that nut, you will notice that there are two holes on this part. Now match these two holes with the holes on the assembly. Once you match them, now put back the two screws which you had taken out. Now once you put back in position both the screws, see that you don't tighten them fully, keep them slightly loose. And the next thing that you should be doing is putting this entire assembly back on the chassis. So put it on the chassis and put back the two 8mm bolts which you had taken out. And once you put those bolts in position, now you will have to tighten everything on this assembly, the two bolts, two screws and the nut which is holding the cable. Once you tighten them, let's move on to the other part of the cable. Now this accelerator cable has two ends on one side and one end on the other side. Now the other end on this side is connected to the carburetor that you will have to take out now. So take a 10mm spanner and this cable will have two nuts, one on top and one at the bottom. So take two spanners of 10mm and loosen them. And the bottom nut you will have to loosen completely and slide it on the cable. Then you will have to push the accelerator level up like this and the cable will be connected to it. That you will have to slide out now like how I am doing here. Once you take that out, there will be one more nut for this cable. You can't pull this cable out without taking out that nut. The other nut is behind this rod, you can't see it from here. So loosen this nut as well, like how you did to the other nut, and slide it on the cable. Once you do that, pull the cable out from top side, and once you do that, your cable will be now totally separated from the carburetor. Now here I will put back my new cable. So on the new cable you will notice that there are two nuts. Loosen them completely and slide them on the bare cable. Now this cable you will have to put in this groove. As you can see here, I have just changed the camera position a little bit. So the one nut should be on top of this groove and the other two nuts should be on the bottom of the groove. So once you put the cable in position like this, now put both the nuts back on the thread and tighten them. Once you put those two nuts in position, you will have to pull the bare cable from underneath, and this cable you will have to connect now to that accelerator lever. So push it on top like this and connect the cable now. See how I am connecting it. So once you put that in position, check if it is properly gone in place. My cable is slightly twisted here, as you guys can see. It is not fitted properly. So take a screwdriver and fit it properly. If you don't fit it properly, then there are chances that your cable will get damaged very soon. So fit it properly, and once you fit it properly, see that you tighten the three nuts on the cable properly. Once you tighten them, the next important thing that you will have to do is you will have to pull the bare cable from the other side and test if you have done the connections properly. So pull the cable, and once you pull this side of the cable, the lever on the carburetor and the assembly on the chassis should get pulled in a very smooth way. So as you can see here, both the ends of my cable are moving nicely and smoothly. That means that my connections here are done properly. Now the next thing that you will have to do is pass the cable from whichever side the wire harness goes. Now this will be under the fuel tank. Now the way this cable passes is through here. Now we'll have to bring this cable from this side and pass it through the headlight casing. Once it comes out from the headlight casing, you will have to pass this cable through the hole from the side where you had pulled out the old cable. Now from this side you will have to take it out completely, and you will have to start doing the connections here. So once you reach here, you will have to pass the cable through this switch box like this. Now since I did not get that part which I had told you before, which was there when I was taking out this cable, I will fit this cable without that part. If you don't get that part, then you can connect this cable directly as well. Then you will have to connect the bare cable to the accelerator grip. Once you connect that, you will have to rotate the grip and check if it is rotating smoothly. If it is rotating smoothly, then you can go ahead and put back the top cover. Once you put back the top cover, now it's time to put back the two screws which you had taken out from the switch box. Now you will notice here that I have brought new screws. This is because when these screws become old, they start to slip. So it becomes very difficult to take out these switch box screws if they are slipped. So if these screws are slipped, then see that you replace them with new ones right away. So once you tighten both those screws, rotate your accelerator like this and check if it is coming back properly and if it is rotating smoothly. So if it is coming back smoothly and if you are getting that response, then congratulations, you are done replacing your accelerator cable. So I'm hoping that this video was useful to you. If this video was useful, then see that you like and share with your friends and family. And if you have not yet subscribed to my channel, then see that you subscribe to my channel and press the bell icon so that you will not miss any of my future videos. Till then, this is RysFix signing out. Until we meet again.